Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, my fellow Chibits. Today, I'm here to bring you a manga chapter review of Boku no Hero Academia. Now, I know this review is slightly late today. It came out very early this morning, but I was saving the manga chapters for last. That's usually how I usually do it when it comes to Boku no Hero, because if I'm running a little bit late and I don't have JoJo out before or if I don't have Boku no Hero out before JoJo, that means that Boku no Hero is most likely going to be the last of what I will review of today before Fairy Tail comes out. So I'm just clarifying that for now on. I'm just letting you fellow Chibits know what the schedule is kind of going to be. For instance, if my Boku no Hero Academia manga chapter review is not out before I put up a JoJo episode and like an Assassination Classroom and so forth, so on, you get what I'm getting at, that means that Boku no Hero is going to be saved for the last. So I know I saw a lot of Chibits commenting where the Boku no Hero review was. Like I said, that is the reason for it, and that's how the format's going to be, for instance, if it doesn't pop up first before JoJo. So anyways, let's get into this chapter. So with this chapter of Boku no Hero, that crazy old man. That fucking cliffhanger. Okay, so All Might was shaking. All Might was scared. When All Might, like the All Might, when All Might parentheses is scared of someone, you don't fuck with it. You straight up don't fuck with that person. Like, you don't. You don't. It's just said and done. We saw the reaction of All Might in last week's chapter of Boku no Hero. He practically had his heart pop out of his body and his eyeballs just dislodge from his head when he saw the nomination for Izuku. We come to find out who it was. I thought it was going to be like Endeavor. I thought it was. I really thought, and I think majority of us thought it was going to be Endeavor. But we come to find out that this person that gave Izuku a nomination was the sensei of All Might. Oh shit. Oh shit. So this dude is scary. What's even scarier about this is for some reason, this dude's name is not well known. See, let's actually talk about this for a second. Izuku is very well informed. As an MC, I've stated many times throughout me reviewing this series since it came out, with the first couple chapters, that he is a very intelligent main character, because we saw how he used to write down each individual hero, their names, their tactics, their strategies, different things about the heroes that make them different from others. And we got to see a glimpse at this at the beginning of the chapter, like straight up, we had a glimpse at, once again, Izuku's mind, of how he uses his mind to figure out what he wants to do. For instance, how he was categorizing every individual hero of who he wants to go with, like the individual people he wants to go to the work office to, and he was trying to figure out which one he wanted to, and he was organizing it in his journal. And that goes to show you what type of character he is. But we know this. We know he knows about majority of all the heroes. He does. He studied them. And for someone like this not to even know about this dude, Gran Torino, that's kind of unnerving, because this can mean one or two things. Like, number one, this dude is just not a well-known hero, and straight up, he didn't get the acknowledgement that he deserved, even though All Might learned from him, which is kind of fucked up. You'd think, since All Might, his sensei was this person, you'd think he would be well-known, but he's not. So, number one, this hero is just highly underappreciated. Like, he's just not well-known, he's like a hidden gem. That's what I'm going to get at. He's like a hidden gem. Or number two, this dude changed his name. He straight up changed his name. Let me explain why. Let me elaborate. In last week's chapter of Boku no Hero, we had it to where we found out that heroes, when they're given a name, it sticks. A name sticks with them until they're done. Said and done. They're dead. And why do I feel like the way that was done, it might make it to where that's hinting that maybe this dude, Gran Torino, might have changed his name. Maybe he's dead. That's another possibility. Like, what if on the news or something, it was said that he is dead? Or the previous him was dead and he changed his name. There might be a possibility of that. He might have changed his name to protect himself from villains. You get my point I'm getting at. It might be possible that might be the reason why Izuku doesn't know of this person. You'd think he would know of someone like that. Anyways, enough theory crafting for that for now. Thing is, okay, this old man, he knows about One for All. He knows about the ability. He knows about All Might's ability. He knows how it works. He knows how it's transferred. And this person taught All Might. At first glance, the dude looks like he's in the first stages or the last stages of dementia. That's exactly how the old man looks. Like, he looks like he's fucking insane. But looks can be deceiving. I've read enough shonen and seinen in different manga and watched a lot of anime to know you never underestimate an old man. You never underestimate the old fogies of a series. You never underestimate the old women or the old men of a manga or anime, because they'll turn around to fuck you up if you drop your guard. We've seen this time and time again throughout series. So I knew for a fact this old man wouldn't be just a comedy gag. When I saw him introduced, I knew there was something else going on. But to see his face expression, the way he demonstrated, like he doesn't fucking mess around, this dude is serious. He's strong. Like, the speed he did was incredible. He just jumped. Like, he jumped from where he was, up on top of the ceiling, down to the right, over to the wall, and then jumped on top of the door. He was fast. Like, it was spontaneous. That's how fast he was. So, we don't know what ability this dude has. For all we know, this dude might actually have a similar ability to All Might. He might have All Might's ability. But at the moment, the thing is, okay? Old man, do not underestimate him. Straight up. Do not underestimate the old man. He's going to be something to reckon with. Like, straight up. He wants Izuku to go all out. So, if he wants Izuku to go all out, you know something bad's going to happen. So, yeah. Okay. So, talking about the beginning, let's talk about the beginning portions now. That was actually very, very vital to this chapter in the future of the series. There's a little bit of foreshadowing. We're not really foreshadowing. It's like setup for something very tragic to happen. And it worries me. It really does worry me now, because when I see something like that done in a manga, it does worry me. Because we had something to where it was kind of like future tense. Like, it was like Izuku looking back at his past. And then like, I wish I would have done something different instead and tried to encourage him more. That right there is as if Izuku was from like the future, like many years, months, or days past, and then he looked back at that event and then he wished he would have done something different, because there was dialogue like that in this chapter when Iida walks off and goes to that normal office. And we saw Izuku and Ochiko trying to encourage him to talk to them. And Izuku was upset because he wished he would have pushed it more to where he would have talked to him, but he didn't. So, is the mangaka of the series trying to let us know something very bad is about to happen to Iida? Like, he might die, or he's going to try to quest for revenge? Like, we saw his face. We saw his face in this chapter. Let's take a moment to actually look at that. When he's walking off after what Izuku said to him, we saw Iida's face. He was serious. It looked like a face of a man that wanted to get vengeance. Most likely, if I was a betting man, I'm assuming he's going to try to get vengeance against Stain. He's going to try to go after him. And in the act of that, something bad's about to happen. Something very bad. I sense it. Someone made a theory a while ago. I saw Chibi make a theory in the comments, and I actually want to bring it up and let you Chibits know. Someone said, since I constantly, when I first started beginning reviewing the series until recently, that I said there has to be one of these characters through the cast of characters that we've been given that's probably going to turn into a villain. Remember how I was so certain that Bakugo was going to go into a villain? But then Chibi mentioned something that was very alarming, that at first I kind of brushed it off, but after looking at it through this chapter and recent events, it might be geared going towards that. It might be going towards that direction. What if the character that we have seen since the beginning of Boku no Hero Academia, that is very honorable, has a lot of pride, he carries himself in the proper fashion, and he's like the great inspiration to be a hero. For instance, Iida is the type of character that would make great hero material, the way he is. And what if this type of character was to become broken and turn into a villain? I saw Chibi mention that. And the way it's going, if he is going to try to quest out for vengeance, that's not a hero act. Straight up. That's not something what a hero would do. And this might be a change in Iida's character, and that might explain why we had the future tense to where Izuku was talking about the past. Because Iida changed into a villain. So that's my thoughts on that. Overall chapter, you know the drill. So tell me your thoughts in the comments below. You all have a wonderful day or not wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.